So I'm going to do this question actually in two different ways. You need to find the equation of this parabola in the form y equals ax minus h squared plus k. So the first thing to notice here is that the vertex is at 1, -3. So that makes the first part of this problem fairly easy. It's going to be x minus 1 squared minus 3. So it's getting the signs right that's probably the trickiest bit. Now, there's two ways of tackling this problem. One way is to do some counting, and because this problem works out so nicely, you can easily count. And that's what I would encourage you to do. But I want to also show you how to do this algebraically if you can't count it out. In other words, what I mean is that I can go over 1 and up 2 here, which means I can see that it goes up twice as fast as normal. So that means right away I can say that's a is 2. Now, sometimes this counting doesn't work out to be a nice whole number or an integer, and so I want to show you algebraically how to do that. So if we go back to the ax minus 1 squared minus 3 and we want to calculate a, I'm going to use a point on the graph. The point on the graph I'm going to use is 0, -1 because it's nicely labeled here. There it is. 0, -1, but you could use other points if you weren't given a graph. You just have to pick ones that are convenient. This one would be a good one because it lands on whole numbers, for example. This one would not be because it's really hard to read off the coordinates of that one. So, but nevertheless, they're giving me 0, -1, which is the y-intercept, and I'm going to use that. So this is my x value and my y value for the point. So I'm going to plug those values into my equation, and I have -1 equals a 0 minus 1 squared minus 3. And now notice that I've got only one unknown, which is the a, which I have to solve. First step is to simplify in here. So I have -1 equals a, -1, 0 minus 1 is -1, and -1 squared is +1. So that just reduces to +1. Now I'm going to isolate a. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So that leaves me with -1 plus 3 equals a times 1, or just a, so a equals 2. So here we did it algebraically, obviously a bit more work, but as alternative if you can't count it out.